Hari Om. Bhargavi ji is there? Who is Bhargavi? No. Okay. Shailu is there? Okay. How can you stop the sadness and frustration from turning into anger or hatred towards the person who backstabbed you? How to ensure that you are not negative when others do like this, right? Is the question.
Yeah, so how to prevent the anger from converting into much more hatred?
That means anger is okay.
Anger is not okay, but I'm not in the level to not even control that anger, right? So I'm slowly starting to control that, but then at least anger for now is okay. I just want to make sure that it doesn't convert into a much more hatred.
See, anger is not okay. You see, let us be very clear about the theory of karma. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Every negative action will have an equal and opposite negative reaction. So therefore, in this world, I am not punished for somebody else's negative action. In this world, I am punished only for my negative action. And action means thoughts also. So the moment that mind is disturbed, filled with anger, etc., who is suffering? I am suffering. Somebody else has done something wrong and I am paying the price for it. Isn't it? Now, this negative emotion will come back to you in so many ways. So therefore, we have to ensure that others' negativity doesn't affect us. So what is the only way here? The only way is forgive that person, have compassionate attitude towards that person, because that person has done something wrong. He is going to pay a price now. Very soon, this is how the world functions. So therefore, what is my only responsibility? My only responsibility is to ensure that I am not entertaining any kind of negative emotion towards anyone. This is the whole karma theory. So therefore, such people should make my spiritual muscle strong. Even when that person is negative, I am not here to change that person, correct that person. No, I am here to change myself. Even amidst intense negativity, can I remain positive? This is the challenge. This is what we have to practice. And this is where spirituality comes into picture. Did I answer?
Yeah, thanks, Swamiji.
Supriya ji. What is good guidance about when to act in a situation? Example, if someone is constantly saying something I don't agree with or deem wrong, how does one decide if it is time to look inward and not react to the person, or take action and address the matter with them? How does one decide if it's time to look inward? You have to always look inward. You may not be agreeing with that person. You know why looking inward is necessary? Many times, people who don't agree with us, we tend to hate them. We tend to dislike them. That hatred and dislike should be removed. Unless you look inward, you will never know all this. There may be so many people who may not agree with me, but we have to ensure that I am not hating that person, disliking that person. So therefore, looking inward is absolutely essential at all times. Now the question is whether to react or not. That depends on the type of person. If that person is open-minded, then there is absolutely nothing wrong in discussing that matter with that person. But if suppose that person is not open-minded, very closed, no discussion is possible, then there is absolutely nothing wrong in avoiding that person. So it all depends on what kind of person he is. Did I answer?
Yes.
Okay. Next question. Alekhya is there? She is not here. Jushita? How can Bhagavad Gita be used to navigate through stress, especially in school? How will you define stress? Give the mic to her.
Overworking yourself? Or
Stress is a situation, if I define, you just see whether my definition is correct or not. A situation where you have no solution and therefore you get tensed up. Am I right?
Yes.
Now see, how does Bhagavad Gita help? You see, the whole teaching of Bhagavad Gita is, Bhagavan is saying, hey, I am with you. I am ever ready to guide you. Turn towards me. Whatever problems you have, I am with you. Now just imagine, there is somebody who is the creator of the whole world, omniscient, omnipotent, ever ready to guide you, ever loving you, ever with you. So what is the best thing I should do? Turn towards him, isn't it? In all humility and surrender, when I turn towards Bhagavan, I am in a situation, I don't know how to handle this situation. So then naturally guidance comes. So then what happens to stress? When you come to know that you are with somebody who knows everything, who is all powerful, what happens to stress? Goes away. This is how Bhagavad Gita guides us. I may not be knowing how to handle the situation, but I have somebody with me who knows how to handle any situation. In fact, who has created that situation for me. So my only job is to connect to him. This is what Bhagavad Gita teaches us. Did I answer?
Yes.
Okay. Second one. Why do we have confusion when trying to do our dharma? Why is the answer not always easy? Especially when there are two paths to choose between right and wrong. How do we know which path is correct? Again, the answer is the same. Whenever you are in confusion, which one is right? Turn towards him. Guidance will come. That's why every day we must pray. You see, actually speaking, we ourselves don't know about us. We don't know anything about us. What is our dharma? What is our inclination? What is that which is good for us? But there is somebody with us who knows everything about us. From the beginningless past, how many births we have taken? All these births, what were we? What are our positives, negatives, strengths, weakness, everything that Supreme Lord knows. So therefore, our job is only one, turn towards him whenever we are in doubt. You see, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. This is the central message of Bhagavad Gita. Come to me. And you will always find that after a sincere prayer, with all humility, with all surrender. Prayer means it need not be Sanskrit. You just talk to God with all humility, seeking guidance. You will find that something will happen. Some guidance will come. And just walk that path. Remember, when the mind is disturbed, don't take any decisions. You will always be wrong when the mind is disturbed. So take decision when the mind is peaceful. Early morning, after a prayer, when the mind is very peaceful, then think about this, whatever question is troubling you. You will find that intuitively you will come to know, you will be inspired to take a particular path. That is your path. The more and more your connectivity with God increases, the more and more all these problems will just vanish. You intuitively know what is right. You have to just keep doing it. Did I answer?
Yes.
Yes. Pranav? Yes. Did you ask your Guruji when you had questions? Of course, yes. What did you think about dharma when you were young? I thought my dharma was make lot of money and be happy. But thank God I came to Chinmaya Mission. All my wrong notions are gone. You understand? Unless there is proper guidance from the scriptures and the gurus, we are lost. Okay. Next question. Ramesh Babu. How did revered elders like Bhishma and Drona, who were well versed in the Shastras and firmly established in Dharma, fall on the side of Adharma in Mahabharata? Was this a result of their prarabdha karma, personal attachments, ignorance, or the influence of Maya? What were the forces that led them to that position? And why did their profound knowledge of the scriptures not safeguard them from falling on the side of Adharma? What should I learn from it? And how should I avoid such outcome in my life and spiritual journey? For your kind information, Bhishma never did anything adharmic. Do you agree?
Yes.
Drona never did anything adharmic. Do you agree?
Yes.
So the whole question is gone then.
But why he fought for the Kauravas? Why they don't object Duryodhana when Draupadi was disrobed?
Okay. Now, first of all, you have to understand the background. What is the vow which Bhishma had taken?
What is the oath?
Yeah.
Wow.
He has taken a vow.
Yes.
Vrata.
Yes.
What is that vow?
He should not be king.
Huh?
He shouldn't seek the kingdom.
Okay.
He shouldn't pursue to be king.
Huh?
He shouldn't be the king.
He should be in the king. Okay. I will not become the king, he said.
Yeah,
That is one. Okay.
Protect the throne. Okay.
All these, see, unless you know the story, you will never be able to. Otherwise, you will find Bhishma fighting on the side of Adharma and therefore Yadharmic. You should know the entire story. Bhishma took the vow that I will not get married, number one. Right? Number two, I will never become the king. Number three, whoever is the king, I will never question him. Whatever he says, I will just obey. These are the vows he has taken. And that is how Satyavati was married to Shantanu. So once you have taken a vow, and now these are not some vows like us. Our vow is like we take upavas, by evening we eat some fruits and say that it's okay. They are all Mahavratis. Mahavrati means what? My life may go away, but I will not deviate from the path of truth. It is not easy. It's not everybody's cup of tea. He could have given so many excuses just to get married only. He did not. They are all Mahavratis. Mahavrati means my life may go, but I will not deviate from my vow. So then what is the greatest dharma of Bhishma then? Just to follow his vow. So therefore, there is not even one place where we can find fault with Bhishma. Generally, people do adharma because of temptation, because of weaknesses, because of intense desire for power, pleasure, etc. Tell me one weakness because of which Bhishma did. There is not even one. So that is why Bhishma was considered to be one of the greatest devotees of the Lord. In fact, you will find that if there is one person who died royally in the most divine way, it is Bhishma. Not even Pandavas died the way Bhishma died. On the bed of arrows, Bhagavan was arrested in front of his eyes. He said, till I leave my body, don't go from here. So looking at the Lord, chanting his praise. You know who composed Vishnu Sahasranama? Who? The most famous 1000 names of the Lord has come from this great devotee called Bhishma on the bed of arrows. Looking at the Lord, glorifying the Lord, fixing his thought, word, speech, everything in the Lord, he left the body. I don't think there is anybody who left the body such a royal way, divine way. So you should, all these talks are given in that first canto. We had some. So therefore, to say that Bhishma was adharmic, Drona was adharmic? No.
No, I'm not. The question is not they are adharmic. So, but Kauravas are adharmic.
Correct.
And he fall that side. Second question is that like,
That is not the first question. The point is, what are you supposed to do? What is your dharma?
okay,
There is nothing called common dharma. There is only individual dharma. Dharma is always subjective.
okay,
What is my dharma may not be your dharma. What is your dharma may not be my dharma. It can be conflicting also.
okay,
For example, the dharma of fish is to be in water. Fish cannot say, everybody should be in water. Hey monkey, why are you doing that? Come here, down, sink. No. Everybody's dharma is different. So therefore it is absolutely okay that you follow your dharma, I follow my dharma. It is absolutely okay that our dharmas don't match. So there is nothing called common dharma, there is only individual dharma. What is your dharma? So that way, Bhishma was absolutely right.
and while adhering to his dharma and in front of him, like the biggest adharma is going, like the disrobing of the humiliating Draupadi is absolutely adharmic. And he is following his dharma, his vrata, to not to question the king. So that is both conflicting, right?
It is not conflicting. What Bhishma did was absolutely right. It is the job of the Lord who is taking care of the world to protect his devotee. It is not dharma of Bhishma to protect the devotee of the Lord. That will be ego then.
Okay.
She is a devotee, Bhagavan is ever there, go to the Lord. Why should I interfere? As though I am taking care of the world. It is my ego which says that, everywhere I should be there. I am the solution to all problems. No.
So we should confine to our own dharma.
You should stick to your dharma. That is why not even once, anywhere, Bhishma apologized for that mistake. No. There was not even one place you will find that Bhishma said, oh, that time I should have interfered. I shouldn't have kept quiet. Never. This path of dharma is very, very subtle. Very, very deep. In fact, all the question regarding dharma, Yudhishthira asked Bhishma on the bed of arrows. A person who is not walking the path of dharma, what right he has to talk about dharma? Yudhishthira, who is an embodiment of dharma, comes to Bhishma to get guidance.
So the lesson here is that we should clear about our dharma.
Yes.
At any point of situation, we should adhere it, no matter of what.
Correct. That's the point.
Okay. And this other material things like who ignore it and follow that.
Mind your own business.
Okay. That is mind your own dharma. Okay. Thank you.
Second question. What is the distinction between Satya and Nitya? In Tattvabodha, these terms sometimes appear to be used interchangeably. Could you please clarify their precise meanings and how they differ within the text? You see, Nitya is generally with respect to the transactional reality, with respect to this world. And always Nitya is associated with time. Nitya means permanent. So whenever we say permanent, it is with respect to time. Isn't it? Whereas Satyam is with respect to absolute reality. So it is possible that something is Nitya, but it is not Satya. Something is Nitya in the worldly plane, but it is not Satya in the absolute plane. For example, the world or the matter. Matter is Nitya, it is ever there. Matter or energy or whatever you may call, it is ever there. So it is Nitya, but it is not Satya. Why it is not Satya? The moment the mind ends, that also ends. This world is experienced in the mind. When the mind is transcended, there is no world. After mind is transcended, what remains is Satya. Satya is that which can never be denied, negated. Pure consciousness alone is Satya. All the three periods of time, it is there. Past, present, future. Then it becomes Nitya also. But even when the mind is transcended, Satya remains. World goes away. So world is Nitya but not Satya. Did I answer?
Yeah. So Nitya is
Nitya means permanent.
confined to plane of reality.
Plane of transactional reality.
Plane of transactional reality. Okay. That is the scope and boundary.
For example, energy. Energy can neither be destroyed nor be created. It is always, going from one form to another. It is Nitya. But remember, it is only from this plane. The moment you transcend it, in Samadhi, when the mind is gone, there is no energy. There is no matter. At that time, what is there? That is Satya. Satya means truth. Whether you are in waking, dream or deep sleep or turiya, it should be there. Is there something like that which can never be negated, which is always there? Yes, consciousness. And that is Satya. Satya has to be Nitya. But actually, it is wrong to say Satya is Nitya, because whenever we talk of Nitya, there is time also involved. Remember, time from the absolute standpoint is an illusion. Time is also an illusion because it's also part of the mind. Only when the mind is, time is. Otherwise, there is no time. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Next one. In my experience and from observing friends and family, I feel that entering the spiritual path is extremely difficult. Even when one is exposed to a spiritual environment, has access to gurus, and has many opportunities for starting spiritual journey. Once the journey begins, it seems even more challenging to remain steady on that path. There are constant inner forces and impulses that pull you outward and divert one from the pursuit of spiritual life. So far, I have been able to stay on the path only by consciously applying effort, fighting against these tendencies and forces. But this feels sustainable only as long as there is sufficient energy. It often seems like a continuous inner struggle, and eventually one may feel exhausted, fall off the path, and then find it incredibly difficult and energy consuming to return to spiritual pursuit. Developing unconditional love for God and maintaining consistent motivation towards spiritual journey sometimes feels really impossible. The mind naturally gravitates towards comfort, pleasure, and the joys offered by the material world. In such a situation, how does one cultivate natural, effortless, and unconditional love for God? How can one remain steadily motivated on the spiritual journey and stay on the path without constant struggle? How to avoid struggle? Impossible. Struggle is the way. The moment you are comfortable at one level, the higher level appears. Then again struggle for the next level. The moment you reach that level, the next level appears. Struggle throughout. And remember, if you are struggling, it's a good sign, because struggling means you are progressing. If you say, oh, my spiritual path, no struggle at all, then there is some problem. Then there is some problem. In the gym, you say, oh, I'm so relaxed. In the gym, that means you are not doing what you are supposed to do. There has to be struggle, sweat, isn't it? Then you are doing something, otherwise you are sleeping there. So struggle is a good sign. It is only through struggle, no pain, no gain. Correct? If there is pain, definitely there is gain. To gain anything, pain is unavoidable. So therefore, there is absolutely nothing wrong. This is the way. In fact, what happens is all the struggle is because of the ego. It is through struggle you come to know that actually this is not the way, I have to drop the ego. The struggle, pain, everything is because of the ego. To the extent you drop the ego, to that extent you will find that things are going smooth, effortless. So anyway, there is nothing to complain. It is all good.
So to conclude that, attacking the ego, dropping the ego is the only way to naturally develop the love for the God, steadily progress, seamlessly going on the spiritual path.
Yes, yes. Drop the ego and
Everything will be seamless.
yes, yes. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Next, Shankarji. In waking state and the dream state, there is a clearer understanding of the witness who observes the world and the dream. Who is that witness during the deep sleep state, whose experience gets reported the next morning as, I had a good deep sleep? So who is the witness? The witness is the unmanifest ego. See, even in deep sleep, ego is there. Ego doesn't become non-existent. Everything goes into unmanifest state. The mind, the vasanas, everything goes into unmanifest. Even the ego goes into unmanifest. Non-existent ego cannot experience bliss of sleep. So if there is experience, there is some entity. That entity is called unmanifest ego. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Next one. How is the enlightened while living person who is unable to overcome the compulsions of a material existence, hunger, fatigue, thirst, etc., able to overcome the desire? You see, in the movie theater, you cry and weep and everything, right? You're extremely disturbed seeing what is happening. Maybe, let's say, a tragic movie. But even when you are extremely miserable, do you still consider the characters to be real?
No.
Experience of misery in no way has any relationship with reality. In the same way, Mahatma will go through hunger, fatigue, thirst, etc. But because of those misery, in no way he will accept the world to be real. Did I answer the question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. If the world equals sentience plus energy, why is sentience elevated to the plane of highest divinity? It is so because energy from the highest, energy or matter, both are same. It actually doesn't exist. It's an illusion. And what exists is only sentience or what is called as consciousness. Because consciousness is the only reality upon which matter is projected, matter appears, but actually it doesn't exist. It exists in consciousness. Because the only existent entity is consciousness, it is elevated to the status of highest divinity. Clear?
Thank you. Hari Om.
Right. In our Tattva Bodha study group, Ramesh Babu, in our Tattva Bodha study group, we learned that we have both Sthula Sharira and Sukshma Sharira. The Sukshma Sharira include 10 Indriyas. For each Indriya is governed by a corresponding deity that controls its power and function. The questions are the 10 Indriyas the maximum that exist, or do more exist with humans endowed with only 10? We have only 10.
That's all.
If you say there is one more, then you will have to say, what are you experiencing? Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Can you add one more? There's nothing. Form, color, sound, feeling, taste, smell. What else is there? So that's all.
That's all existed.
That's all is there. That's the maximum. Do the deities govern the Indriyas, possess their own shariras, and if so, how many? If the deities have shariras, what kind of Indriyas do they possess? You see, these devatas have to be understood as laws of the cosmos, cosmic laws. For example, when it is said the eyes, the Devata is Surya Devata. Now see, each and every eye is functioning based on certain laws. For example, the karma done by that person. What karma that person has done accordingly with regard to the eyes. So each and every one of us, we have certain power of vision. Every power is different. Ability is different. How long this person should see, how much this person should see, how efficiently this person should see, everything is determined by karma. It is based on the laws. So the entity who is in charge of these laws is called Devata. So it is a law, cosmic law. It is not a person. So deities have to be understood as cosmic laws. So for everything there is a law. What kind of mind this person should possess? How long this person should live? So many aspects are there. Seeing, hearing, etc. So deities means cosmic laws. So there is no Sharira and all that. Understood? Whenever we say Devata, it is a law. Law of the cosmos. Clear? Okay. Saturday study group. Satyuga. Whose question is that? Big question of Satyuga. Satyuga, Kali Yuga and all. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'll read the question and then related questions you may ask. From Satyuga to Kali Yuga, human morality and spirituality declines and the human mind is moving from divinity towards materialism. Bhagavan Krishna came at the end of Dwapara Yuga to establish dharma. But when he left, Kali came and Kali Yuga began, which is a very adharmic time. What influenced Kali Yuga to become like this? Why did the human mind change? After Kali Yuga, Satya Yuga will begin, wherein the human mind is said to be in a very pure state and people will be able to effortlessly meditate. How does the change from materialism to divinity happen? Does the world end and rebirth happen before Satya Yuga? We are taking birth through all these 4 yugas and continuing our journey, but at the same time we are caught up in the cyclical pattern of going up and down, which is not under our control. Please provide clarity on this. You see, in this world, there is a pattern which we see. What is the pattern? High, slow degradation. Again high, slow degradation. This pattern we find everywhere. For example, when we are born, the body is at the healthiest best. Yes? Best of its health when it is born. But slowly what happens? Aging. Aging means what? Decay. Slow decay. From the best, decay. And finally, death. Again reborn. You see? Satya, Treta, Dwapara, Kali. Again, everywhere you will find the same thing. You take bath. After bath, body is fresh. But slowly what happens? Again you take bath. Same thing with mind also. When you meditate, the moment you come out of meditation, mind is fresh. But when you are dealing with the world, slowly degrade. You eat food, full of energy, but slowly digestion. Again you are hungry. Again you eat food. This pattern is seen everywhere. Yes or no? So if in microcosm this is happening, same thing should happen with macrocosm also. Morning time, very fresh. By evening, we are dead. Sleep, again, morning fresh. So this pattern is just getting... I don't know whose question is this. It's a general question. Okay, so if you have any doubt in this, you can ask. Fine. So this pattern continues. So therefore there is no wonder that Kali Yuga decline, and after that Satyuga may come. Now the question is, how will this Satyuga come? Because we don't see any hope. Everything is going towards destruction only. See, what is that which Bhagavan cannot do? Maybe in that generation, more and more spiritual people, spiritual jivas. See, the question is all majority. The moment society is filled with sattvic people, the whole society will change. So it is possible that more and more such divine personalities enter into this world and change the world. That is one possibility. Or the other possibility is complete destruction, start afresh. This possibility is also there. Now, we are taking birth all these 4 yugas and continuing our journey, but at the same time we are caught up in the cyclic pattern of going up and down, which is not under our control. No. See, we may be in Kali Yuga, but our state of mind can be that of Satyuga. The choices we have. It's not necessary that in Kali Yuga you have to be like, no. State of mind is in my control. I need not be tamasic. The choice is given to me. So the world may be going up and down. There are so many Mahatmas who get enlightened in this Kali Yuga. In fact, according to Bhagavatam, Kali Yuga is the best Yuga. Just chant the name of God and you get liberated. The point is this: individual choice has nothing to do with the Yuga outside. The outer world has nothing to do with the conditions of the inner world. Inner world is purely decided by our thoughts, our choices in life. So definitely it is possible that even in Kali Yuga, we can live a life of inner Satyuga. That is possible. That choice is always there. So to say that it is not under control, no, it is in our control. Clear? I hope it is clear. Next. Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagashah. What point of time and how did the falling apart of Varna into Jati system happen? Same answer. It is not that at one point everything collapsed. No, it's a slow gradation. Everything in life is like that. Here also. The value system also comes down in the same way. Okay.
So, in that situation where the Varna system declined and then the Jati system came.
What exactly do you mean by, you have to define what is Varna system and what is Jati system?
What Varna is that sloka which we learnt in Jati.
There it is a Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam gunakarma. Jati only you can use. Why different term has to be used?
Because at that time it was based on guna karma.
But that based on Jati also, no? At that time, whoever is born as Brahmana is a Brahmana. So why you differentiate between Varna and Jati? Both are same.
Okay, now it is not based on, now it is based on Jati only, right? By your birth only we decide about our...
Correct.
Yeah.
Now Varna has no importance at all. Even Jati also has no importance. Who cares about Jati now? Those times it was very, very strict. Now who cares about Jati?
So is this change created by humans, right? Not like by God. Even though Bhagavan says, I created based on the guna karma, there at that time you gave explanation, guna brahmana, guna kshatriya and all that.
Yes.
So now it is jati brahmana, jati kshatriya, jati vaishya, that is being followed. So then...
Where did the mess up happen?
Yes, and then why there is no change happening? It is declining. Now why it is not going back to that original state? If everything is a cyclical, thing in the world.
Why it is not going back means what?
Only it is not going back to the understanding of we follow Jati Brahmanas doing the right things, rather than based on our birth.
Why? No, I didn't understand. What is that?
So in the past it was Brahmanas did the they were involved in studying and giving the knowledge.
Correct.
Now it is not so.
Because now the whole thing has been, there is too much of crossbreeding that has happened. So somebody is born in Brahmana, but it is not necessary that he may have Brahmana qualities. Exactly like these dogs, So there is a police dog, there is a cuddling dog. Police dog is very strict, very disciplined, very alert, obedient. Cuddling dog is like a baby, a 1-year-old baby. For emotional support and all, they use cuddling dog. 2 dogs, both are dogs. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you are a police officer, what kind of dog will you choose? Cuddling dog or a police dog?
Police dog.
Now, that police dog also, you ensure its lineage, isn't it? They say that around 6 to 7 generations, they ensure that the purity is maintained. Because any dog will not do. Stray dog, you cannot train as police dog. The purity is absolutely essential. Suppose you say, anyway you want a dog, no? So that cuddling dog only you take. No, you can't train it. Purity is absolutely essential. Now suppose this police dog is crossbred with a cuddling dog and another dog puppy is given to you. Will the quality of that increase or decrease for doing police work?
It will decrease.
Definitely it will decrease.
Yeah. So my question is, in the past, there were certain families who practiced certain things, like Vedas. One family, learned the Vedas. It was passed on to the generations. Now, are we not losing that knowledge from our scriptures?
We will lose. Wherever crossbreeding means what? Indiscipline. Wherever there is indiscipline, the society has to pay the price, individual has to pay the price, family has to pay the price, nation has to pay the price. Wherever there is discipline, there is progress. Wherever there is indiscipline, there is decline. Kali Yuga, that is why we say it is Kali Yuga, where the decline is at the worst state. In the Vedic times, they were very, very strict with respect to Jati. And therefore, there was no confusion for the generation also. If a person is born in a Brahmana, that means he has Brahmana quality, otherwise he will not be born there. So he was very clear. And his father's profession he would continue. Everybody was clear about there. And they were very strict about this. Because they wanted best Brahmanas, best Kshatriyas, best Vaishyas and best Shudras. The best can come only when purity is maintained. But slowly over a period of time, all crossbreeding has happened and now we don't know who is who.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right. At work, we do our actions correctly as expected by the employer, but still may get impacted by situations outside of our control, such as layoffs or office politics. Is this because of karma? How do we navigate through such situations? Whose question is this? What is that?
I thought, that was a combined question from many people.
You see, this cosmos is perfect. Laws are perfect. I don't have to know who is playing what politics. My job is, am I giving my best? Thought, word, deed. Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. This is the law. One who is following the path of righteousness is protected by the same law. Bhagavan says, Nahi kalyanakrit kaschit durgatim tata gacchati. Kalyanakrit durgatim na gacchati. You are only doing good. You are only doing, with good intention, you are only doing good action. Nothing bad will happen to you. It's a law. So therefore, we have to first have this law very clear. Let anybody do any politics. If I have done good actions, only good will happen to me. Nobody can prevent it. That's all what I need to do. Let others play their politics. Whoever is playing politics, generally, they are kept away. That politics itself caused their downfall, actually. Whereas whoever is straightforward, clean, pure, they are always elevated. That is the way cosmos functions. Let me give an example. Suppose you have a company. You are the owner of the company. And you have 10 people. Whom will you choose as the manager? The one who plays politics or one who is efficient, clean-hearted, helping everyone, doing what is good for the company? Whom will you choose? You will always choose such people, isn't it? If this is true, what to talk of God, who is running the whole company of God, the world? He also wants efficient hands. So whom will he give greater power? Only those people who are value-based, virtuous. So therefore, we don't have to worry at all about what others are doing. Our job is, am I clean? Am I doing my best? Am I sincere to the role which I am playing? That's all what is needed. The rest, everything cosmos will take care. Did I answer?
Yep, thank you.
Swamiji, to continue this discussion on this, yes, we can believe that there is a cosmic law and you have to just perfect world run by perfect Lord. A person is doing his swadharma very appropriately, doing his best, following all these 4 karma yoga laws. He still, I'm just giving the company example, that he, in spite of doing everything right, gets either no promotion, let's say, or gets fired. How does he stay in the same company with no promotion or leave the company with what type of attitude? Still continue thinking the same way that this is the way it has to be happen? Maybe there is something better for me, that's why I'm...
Let me go on improving myself instead of finding fault with others, finding fault with the system. What happens is a person who lives this way, Bhagavan himself intuitively starts guiding. Let us say this person is fired. It's possible that he may get a better job in some other company. As though God is saying, this company is not fit for you. You are too big. You deserve something better. Something like that might happen. Or maybe the boss is able to see the goodness in this person and he is elevated. So many things can happen. But one thing is for sure, let me mind my own business. This my own business is a big business. Huh? My speech has to be sweet. My intentions have to be good. For the welfare of all, for the welfare of the whole company, I will work not only for my welfare. No selfishness. If they are paying for 10 hours, I am ready to put 12 hours of job. Hard work, sincerity, goodness everywhere. If this is the way you live, cosmos is designed to take you higher and higher. Devan bhavayatanena te deva bhavayantuvaha parasparam bhavayantaha shreyaf param avapsyata. You do what has been given to you. What I have is his gift to me. What I do with what I have is my gift to him. This way, whatever you have, you give your best to the cosmos, cosmic forces will ensure that only best things will happen to you. It is so easy actually. I don't have to worry about who is doing what politics and all that. If you are thinking more of politics about others, you are a politician then. You are worrying about others' politics. Actually, why are you not worrying about your politics? What are you doing? Instead of working, you are thinking, what is this fellow thinking? What is that fellow thinking? That is called as politics. You understand? So I deserve that only then. Huh?
So accept everything without complaining or grumbling.
Yes, wherever God has put you, that's the right place for you. Learn to evolve from there without complaining, without grumbling, with yajna bhava. Keep giving your best. And then only miracles will happen in your life. Everything good will happen. You grow so huge that everybody, including your boss, will be hanging on to you for peace, for happiness, for clarity. Right. Next one. Since there can be only one absolute truth, how do we have different schools of thought like Dvaita, Advaita, Vishishtadvaita, etc.? Does it mean only one of them is right? Or is it just different perspectives of looking at the same reality? If so, please elaborate. Whose question? You see, as you rightly said, they are all different perspectives, different standpoints. Truth is one, from different standpoints. The best example we give is about wave and ocean. What is the relationship between wave and ocean? So Dvaita will say wave is not ocean. So it is with respect to the size. Wave cannot be an ocean. Vishishtadvaita will say, no, wave is not ocean, that is true. Wave is a part of ocean. That is also right. Advaita will say, no, wave is ocean. So what is that standpoint? Essence of wave is water. Essence of ocean is also water. So with respect to essence, both are same. You see 3 statements. All the statements are right from different standpoints. One is from the size standpoint, the other is from the content standpoint. Correct? The other is from the relationship standpoint. So in this same way, Dvaita is the first one. Wave is not water. I am not God. True. Jivatma is not Paramatma. Vishishtadvaita says, no, I am a part of God. That is Vishishtadvaita. Advaita says, no, you are God. Tattvamasi. Essence of me is consciousness. Essence of God is consciousness. Both are one. So all the statements are right. Clear? Yes. In Vedantic studies, all examples given are non-sentient things like ghost on post, snake on the rope, fire, sun. Fire does not do anything. Its nature is given by Prakriti. Why are we not giving examples of living people? We have examples of living people. For example, dream example. Dream example is not insentient things. It is our example, right? Again, movie theater example. When we identify with the hero in the movie, his sorrow becomes my sorrow. That is identification. So here sentient entities are there. All these examples are taken by those acharyas of the past. So generally they take examples from nature. But we have examples from sentient entities also. Correct? You are right. When insentient entities example, we are not able to relate. For example, world is unreal. How can you say world is unreal? Like a snake on the rope. That I understand. But how can you prove world is unreal? Take your dream. In the dream, you are able to see, perceive everything. But the moment you wake up, the whole thing is gone. Now that is relatable. Unlike the snake and rope. So yes, we have examples. Clear? Next. Please give us clarification with respect to Shreyas versus Preyas with the below examples. Example number 1. If somebody had a luxurious wedding spending crores, because of that a lot of business benefited. Many people get jobs. Whose question? Okay. So is it Shreyas or Prayas? Luxurious wedding spending crores. On one side it appears to be Prayas, but actually a lot of business is created, a lot of people are getting jobs. So that way it is Shreyas. Now see, Shreyas or Prayas is very, very subjective, and it depends on what intention this person has taken that decision. For example, spending crores. So wedding. Who is spending crores? Somebody must be there. Let us say the boy. Is it Prayas or Shreyas? The question is with what intention he is spending these crores. Is it to pamper the ego? To show the society that I am a big person? Then definitely it is Prayas. In fact, if he really wants to serve others, he could have done charity, no? It is definitely prayers only. What else? Intention matters.
So later on, if they, that particular action, like prayers, continued as like the example we took, a lot of people got job. So that part.
It is not to give job that he is getting married, right?
Yes.
I'm spending crores so that lot of people will get job, lot of business. Is that the purpose for which he is spending crores? Very clearly he is spending crores to show that I am a big person. Pampering the ego, show off, is the purpose. Is it shreyas or prayers? Intention behind action will decide the result. It is definitely prayers. What else? In the process, other may be benefiting. That is not the point. The point it is which is my karma. My karma is lavish wedding. Secondary things doesn't fall under this. With what intention I am doing, that will determine whether it is shreyas or prayas. So it is very clearly it is prayas only. Second example. A certain company made billions in a brutal way. There was an option to sell the products cheaper and pay the employees better. At the end, they gave donation to philanthropies or universities. Again, the question is this. With what intention? Is this clear?
I had another question coming from there. So when it comes to businesses, there are two phases. Phase one, there is competition. Some of these examples we discussed in the class, those were very brutal. They don't allow competition. Smaller businesses are not allowed to come up. And a lot of selfishness is there. That is phase one. But then afterwards, there is a phase two. They make billions, and then later on they give millions, maybe create a foundation in the name of family or something to the universities. So we know the history, like the society knows the history, how they made the money, but then what remains later people remember is, oh, look, that foundation made so much of donation, they are supporting education institutions. So in this situation, what do we, one question was whether it is prayas or shreyas.
Which one, part 1 or part 2?
Both of them.
Part 1 is done with selfish intention.
Yes.
So it is prayas.
Yes.
Part 2 is done to serve the society. So it is shreyas.
But we don't know what is their intention. Is that to carry on the legacy of their family they created?
Correct. So based on intention, it will be decided. Okay. Maybe to show off that I am a very charitable person. Fine.
So what will be the net result for the that person? For example, on one hand, unselfishly, brutally earn the money, prayers. On the second hand, let's say genuine intentions, he build up a charity or come to the Chinmaya mission or something. He donated some of it, like most of it. Now, on one intention, like it is kind of...
You see, one thing you have to understand. In the beginning, he thought money was happiness. Then he earned all money. Then he found that money is only misery. There is a lot of headache. Then somebody told him, hey, do charitable. And with charity, he found peace. And then he became charitable. So it is a phase of a person. Gradual evolution. In the beginning, I thought money will give me happiness. Later on, I understood money cannot give me happiness. I have to leave everything and go. So it is far better use this money to serve others. When I serve others, I find peace of mind. So maybe it's a transformation.
I see many of the people.
Generally, this happens.
That is one category. Another category of the people is that till they will do business and they will get the money, and part of it like just donate it. So just like Papa Prakshalna or Prayachita or something like that. So some category of people like that. Again, after that, again another year repeat the same thing. At the end of the year, whatever the profits comes, they will do that. This cyclic thing will have any net impact or that?
Yes, there is net impact. You are sum total of your good thoughts and bad thoughts.
And they will progress or like because
Everybody will progress. You see, when you are giving to somebody, there is a joy.
okay.
The joy of giving is much higher, much subtler, much divine than the joy of hoarding, aggrandizing.
In spite of the intentions, if the intention is the only thing.
Always it is like that. In the beginning I hoard, but there's a guilt also that I am earning in the wrong way. There's a guilt. Because that voice is coming from God. You can't silence it. So to get rid of that guilt, you give something in charity. That gives peace also. This is how God guides everybody, from within.
And you will earn unauthentic and immoral ways. Guilt will be builded,
Yes.
and you will clear, and then you are again doing it.
Yes, this is how we learn. We commit mistakes, we learn our lesson, we introspect, and then we learn our lessons, and then we become charitable. This is how everybody evolves this way only. First, I have to become stinkingly rich to understand that money cannot give me happiness. A beggar telling that money cannot give me happiness is a liar. You know that, what is that? The grapes which I did not get, it will be sour and all that. Grapes are sour. First get the grapes, then leave it. You understand? So first become very rich. Enjoy everything what money can give you. Then afterwards say, worthless. That is real vairagya. Not alabhe vairagya. Vairagya also different types are there. Alabhe vairagya. Alabhe vairagya means I don't have it, therefore I don't like it. No, it is not good.
So,
First earn, then give.
Swamiji, the question, Harivam Swamiji, the question started like, let's say the company or the company owner makes the money by charging the margins to the consumer. So, end of the day, the consumer is the one who is contributing to his profits. But the money, whoever is making the money, he is donating as a charity at the end of the day. Is it fair that he is collecting additional money or margins from the consumer and distributing in a different way?
There is nothing wrong. Because there are other companies also. If you suppose your margin is more, then there is always another company who will give lesser margin and see, it's all business, isn't it? If there is somebody else who is giving a better price, then who will come here? So it is a fair game. I cannot find fault with that. No doubt there is selfishness involved, no doubt about it. But after all this hoarding and aggrandizing, finally there is no peace of mind. And then generally what happens is these people give all the money back to the society. That is how the world is designed.
Harivam.
Intention behind the action is more important. So during our karma, akarma, vikarma, whenever we think about what are the prohibited actions, we say not to lie, not to steal. Robin Hood stole.
That is going to come or it's...
No, but that's a question related to this. I thought maybe I can ask.
Okay.
That it's not coming today, it's coming tomorrow. But since the discussion is there, maybe
Okay.
I thought.
Ah.
So the intention of Robin Hood was good, to steal from rich and give to poor. So the intention was good. So this question was raised, and I thought still that stealing, regardless of intention or no intention, should be considered as a...
Correct.
vikarma.
What Robin Hood did was wrong.
Okay.
See, first of all, it's a fictitious character. There is no such character called Robin Hood. Okay? It's an imagined character. Even if there is such a character, looting the rich and giving the money to the poor, he is making three mistakes. Number one, he has no right to loot the rich. Rich have become rich because of their hard work. He has no right to snatch away the money from him, number one. Number two, don't think that just by giving money to the poor, you can solve the problem. No, they will become more lazy. You're not supposed to give money to poor. They'll become more lazy. Anyway, free money is coming. So he's spoiling them actually. Second mistake. Third mistake. Who has given you the authority to snatch money from? Are you the police? Did the system give you the authority? It is not your Swadharma. Then join the armed forces or police or whatever and then do it. Who gave you the authority to do all this? So 3 mistakes he has done. So Robin Hood is absolutely wrong from all standpoints.
We still have some time.
No, it's not over. Of course.
I have a follow-up on the same thing.
Okay.
So suppose it's a hardware making company, right? Almost every household bought computers. They were forced to buy because how the society is running. And then they contributed for that person making billions of, But then when he gives later on, through the foundation, who is going to get the good karma out of that? Is the person who made money and gave, or all these households who purchased computer and contributed to
See,
that?
somebody has made that decision. No? In that foundation, there is some chief who has made the decision that money should go. See, indirect action will have no impact upon you. It is only direct action where there is direct decision making. That is your karma. Indirectly something is happening to you is not your karma. You understood?
Yes, thank you.
Without passion, we cannot achieve anything. Scriptures say, develop dispassion. How do you live in balance having both passion and dispassion? Please provide clarification. Whose question? You see, passion is of 2 types. Passion, you mean inspiration, enthusiasm, correct? You see, this inspiration is of 2 types. Inspiration coming from the ego. Second one, inspiration coming from God. So when we are saying that be dispassionate, give up passion, it is that of the ego. Ego is inspired to work. For what? For money, for name, fame, popularity, etc. So when we say become dispassionate, we are talking of this inspiration. Egoistic inspiration is not good. The more and more you puncture the ego, there is another inspiration which comes in you, that is inspiration from God. You start becoming an instrument in implementing the will of God. There is a will of the ego, there is a will of God. To the extent I am filled with myself, God cannot enter. To the extent I empty myself, God enters. Once God enters, He starts guiding you. So all the great Mahatmas, whoever has done great works, they are all selfless people. For example, Bhagavan Shankaracharya. Within 32 years, 7 times all over India, he went up and down, writing commentaries on all great scriptures. At that time, some 72 schools of different philosophies were fighting amongst each other. He debated with everyone, defeated everyone, and established Advaita Vedanta. Can you imagine the amount of work he has done within that age of 32? Can there be more enthusiastic, energetic, inspired person than him? Where is that inspiration coming from? In fact, dispassionate people are the most passionate people. You understand? You are filled with the passion of God. Swami Vivekananda, at such an young age. Now, as long as the world lasts, his name will be there. Swami Chinmayananda. Where is this inspiration coming from? It is divine inspiration. Yeah. Switch on the mic.
So when we actually set the goals, right? So how do we choose the goal? Is it, so if we say that we are passionate about that goal, what is that passion there? I mean, is it, how do we decide whether it's an egoistic passion or the passion towards actually achieving that goal in a non-egoistic way?
You see, egoistic passion, that interest, that enthusiasm dies down when there is no support from the world, when there is no result. It is always result-oriented passion. Failure comes, I am dejected. Success comes, I am elated. Generally. Whereas these spiritual people, when they work, they don't care about the result. They are doing it because it pleases their Lord. Finished. They are doing it because there is a divine inspiration. Whether I will get the result or not, he is not bothered. This is the difference. Egoistic passion is always result-oriented. Divine passion has nothing to do with results.
Understood. Thank you.
Next one. Dream is said to be a projection of experiences we store in our own mind from our waking state. In my waking world, I go after objects because of my vasanas and eventually suffer and exhaust my vasanas. Is my dream world also influenced by my vasanas? In that case, will my vasanas get exhausted by experiencing sorrow in the dream? Your question. You see, somewhere we have misunderstood that suffering will exhaust vasanas. No, not necessarily. Vasana exhaustion doesn't happen through suffering. For example, I eat junk food, I suffer after that. But again, next time when I see junk food, I am still attracted. If suffering has to get rid of vasanas, then once I suffer, then after that I should not be attracted to junk food. It doesn't happen. So this assumption itself is wrong. Just because you suffer doesn't mean your vasana get exhausted. When you suffer, when you consciously pay attention where you have gone wrong, and when you are intensely repentant, then after that, next time when the object comes, you have no desire because you are seeing the pain. When this happens, only then vasana is exhausted. Otherwise, no. So there is a conscious meditation upon suffering, analysis of suffering. So much things are involved. Otherwise, vasanas don't get exhausted. Suffering we forget very quickly. So all that thing doesn't happen in dream. Conscious analysis, meditation, contemplation. Oh, this has given me suffering. Next time, when the object comes, you are seeing suffering because of your brilliant intellect. There's a conscious meditation upon suffering. Only then the vasanas can be exhausted. Otherwise, no. In short, effortlessly, nothing is going to happen. In my dream, all vasana exhausted. Oh, wonderful then. No pain, no gain. Nothing is given free in this world. Nothing. Everything you have to put forth effort.
Yeah, in that case, if some dream repeats, like sorrowful dream or something repeats, is that because I have not done enough analysis in my
Correct. You have done
wakings?
something in the waking because of which again and again it is coming in the dream.
Okay.
Yes.
So only way to change is
in the waking,
yeah.
consciously work on it.
Yeah.
Then the dream will change.
Okay, thank you.
So the question, again, if we're talking about dreams, major time, the dreams, you are making all the efforts. For example, if you are sitting in an exam hall, somehow your question paper is not complete. Side is blank or something like that. Or if you are catching a train, the train goes and you cannot grab. During waking state, we don't think about that. Maybe I'm thinking that maybe the exam will be difficult and everything.
Always you will find that in the waking, you are entertaining a doubtful thought.
Okay, so.
That doubtful thought is manifesting in the dream.
In a different form.
Yes. Suppose in the waking I have studied very well. I am very confident. At that time, you will never see such dreams.
Okay. Yes, makes sense. Yes, sir.
Which karma bhoga? That particular, that for that time being. There was some suppression, it got released. That's all. There is no vasana exhaustion. Some particular desire was there, it got fulfilled.
Is my understanding right that karma phala is not the materialistic things that happen to us, but what reaction we give? And it's because of our past actions and vasanas that we accumulate, we get that kind of reaction. We give that kind of reaction to. And that itself is our either our suffering or our enjoyment.
Yes, that is also karma phala. There is a karma phala at the mind level, there is a karma phala at the outer world level. So questions are over. That is not a question, it's a request. We can take up.
Swamiji, I have a follow.
Who? Yeah.
Hari Om. I have a follow-up question on one of the previous questions we discussed. And about Satya Yoga, Treta Yoga, Dwapara Yoga.
Yes.
Yoga. So Bhagavan says, Dharma Samsthapanarthayo Sambhavami Yuge Yuge.
Yes.
The question that came in our discussion was, Lord Krishna came, Dwapara Yoga, many wrong things happened, Kauravas are adharmic, they did many things wrong, and Lord killed a lot of people and went back. But what dharma did he establish? That we are back in Kali Yuga, where things seems to be more wrong than what happened in Dwapara Yoga, which caused a lot to take birth. So what dharma did he establish?
What dharma?
Did he establish that we are in Kali Yuga and suffering more than the Dwapara Yoga today?
See, what do you mean by dharma establishment? What is your definition of dharma?
Guiding the society to do the right thing?
See, dharma at the cosmic level, it means law and order, peace and harmony. Okay? That is possible only when there are values followed by individuals. So that is also called dharma. A dharmic person means a virtuous person. But that is only when spiritual knowledge is there. The vision of oneness. From vision of oneness comes values. From values comes peace and harmony in the society. So isn't it true that Bhagavan has established that? Of course, today everywhere Bhagavad Gita is being studied, practiced. How many lives have been transformed just by that one book? Kumbh Mela, how many people came? 600 million? Correct? Directly, indirectly, how many lives have been changed by this one book of 700 verses? Isn't it a dharma samsthapana? In fact, today, world is in a livable condition because of this spirituality only. Otherwise, the world would have been vanished long back. There is still some goodness. It is all because of this avatars now and then happening in so many ways.
So just a follow-up. Is Kali Yuga in and of itself, is Kali Yuga dharmic or adharmic? The Yuga itself cannot be. The time.
See, the thing is, majority of the people are materialistic. That is how we say a yuga is dharmic or adharmic. Seeing the majority. As far as the individual is concerned, it is individual thoughts. As far as the collective is concerned, it is the majority. So, majority, yes, it is true that we are going towards materialistic way. That is Yuga Dharma. And it has been described in Bhagavatam, etc. This is how Kali Yuga will be, where majority of the people will be moving towards, not spirituality, but towards materialism. So that momentum is towards that direction, no doubt about it. That person has not come. Who has come? Who is Bhargavi? Okay. What is your question? What daily practices do Swamiji advise us? Although attendees may follow their own chanting and prayers, we would be grateful for any simple, impactful recommendations Swamiji can offer. You see, number one, every day we must listen to some discourse, some talks, every day. Nowadays, because all this media is there, maybe while driving, cooking, whatever, should listen, number one. Number two, we must maintain a diary. And in the diary, it's not that what I ate today, when did I, not that. What are the weaknesses I'm trying to overcome? There are certain places where I'm compromising. I know it is right, but I'm not living it. I know something is wrong, but still I'm doing it. I should write down. How is my day going? Hour by hour. Where are the places where I am, making mistakes? For example, I am addicted to this particular, maybe internet or whatever. How much of time I am wasting? So a thorough analysis is very, very helpful. Many times our life just goes. But when we are alert, how my time is going? See, if I am getting up at 6 o'clock, 6 to 7, what did I do? 7 to 8, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 4. How is it? And what is the time when I'm wasting my time? What are the mistakes I'm anything in doing? What are the improvements I want to see in myself? All these things, that diary should be there. So 15 minutes every day, we should reflect upon what has happened the previous day. That will really help. Unless we are painfully aware of our shortcomings, we will never be able to come out of it. And painful awareness comes when we are consciously paying attention to it. Of course, prayer, etc., is necessary. That is true. But yes.
Hello, Swamiji. So I have a follow-up discussion with the previous one. Someone asked about the Bhishma Pitama and Dronacharya's dharma. Of course, perfectly, agree with your decision and your talk. But of course, they were following their dharma. They have their own dharma. I agree with that. But I just want to draw a little attention on one incident happened in the between of the war when Sri Krishna promises already that I will not going to pick up the any weapon during the war, but he picked up. Probably he wants to show to Bhishma Pitama that if there is a question of others good, or we call it lok kalyan, then it is okay to keep your promise aside for the sake of lok kalyan. So probably as my understanding, there was a little bit of I would say the subtle uh, ego in Bhishma Pitama. He wanted to break it uh, for yeah, to show him that it's okay sometimes if you're not following your promises just for the sake of local yam. So probably he wanted to say that if he was sitting in the uh, during the event was happening with the Draupadi. Uh, of course, he was following whatever he promised that he would whatever he said promises that I will fulfill my promises that I will see my father in the king's place always, and he would मेरी पूरी निष्ठा उस सिंहासन के प्रति रहेगी. So uh, obviously he was following that, but he should wake up. He should have wake up and tell against that whatever is going on with the Draupadi is not correct. Please and he should have advised the king because he is always already the part of the minister. So this is my understanding. Please clarify.
You see, Krishna is Bhagavan and Bhishma is a human being. Human beings should never imitate Bhagavan. Bhagavan can do anything because everything belongs to him. He need not follow the law. He can break the law because all the laws are created by him. For example, Karna was killed. Actually, it is against the law. You know, in the battle, Pandavas killed 6 Maharathis in a wrong way, whereas Kauravas killed only 1 in an adharmic way. Only Abhimanyu was killed in a wrong way, whereas Pandavas killed 6 people. You know who are? Bhishma, Drona, Karna, Bhurishavas, Jayadratha, Duryodhana. 6 people, all the 6 have been killed in the wrong way. And we say Pandavas are dharmic people. What answer will you give for this? According to statistics, Kauravas are dharmic people. It is 1:6. Everyone was killed adharmic way. And you say Pandavas are righteous. What answer will you give? See, in the battle, all adharma was done by Pandavas only. That is after the war. The Kauravas did not kill, only Ashwatthama killed. Wait a minute. The point is, still we consider Pandavas to be righteous. You know why? Wait. You know why? Because Pandavas never took decision by themselves. If Arjuna had killed Karna, it was absolutely wrong. It is adharmic. But when Bhagavan says this, Arjuna, kill him. Bhagavan, matter is over. Because you are an embodiment of dharma. Whatever you do is dharma. Bhagavan and dharma, they always are together. Just like fire and heat. They cannot be separated. So see the sense of justice of Pandavas. If Bhagavan has said something, I may not be able to understand, doesn't matter. If he has done it, that is right. All the 6 people were killed because Bhagavan asked them to kill. That is why Pandavas are never blamed for all these 6 killings, though they were all adharmic. What I am saying is, whatever Bhagavan does is dharma, full stop, matter is over. There is no analysis there. Whether he follows the law, whether he breaks the law, whatever, because he has total freedom. He is the Lord of the universe. So don't compare a human being with God. No, you can't compare.
I believe there might be some reasons behind all of them. Why?
What is the reason? Give me the reason.
I don't know.
Then don't speak about it.
I believe there must be some reason.
You see, you imagine, you have to, whenever you argue, it should be point-based. That way, I can also say, maybe Kauravas were right, but, so many imaginations are there. When you are arguing, it should be point by point. Bhagavan did so many things which human beings cannot do. Don't never try to imitate Bhagavan. Especially Krishna avatar. It's a very dangerous avatar it is. So that is why Mahatma says, whatever Rama did, do it. Whatever Krishna said, do it. Not what he did, because it's Purna avatar. Purna avatar means I am completely free. Who is there to stop me? That is the kind of avatar. You are not supposed to imitate them. What Rama did, yes, imitate. There is a saying, I don't know whether you are aware of that. So that is why what Bhishma did was perfect. He was very clear, this world is run by the Lord, a devotee is in trouble, Draupadi is in trouble, there is a Lord to take care of the devotee. Why should I, with my stupid ego, interfere as though I am taking care of the world? Remain quiet. You have taken a vow, stick to your vow. That is why Bhagavan had so much of respect for Bhishma. All Mahatmas They were surrounding Bhishma when he left the body, do you know? Everybody had respect. Not a single person, Vyasa, Narada, great rishis, not a single person raised a finger against Bhishma regarding that incident. Only these two people raise questions. Mahatmas never. So many rishis were there. Not a single person said, Bhishma, that what you did was wrong. No. Because they all knew what Bhishma did was right. Right, time is up. Children are waiting, so let us wind up now. ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ॐ. Tomorrow we will have another set of questions. So tomorrow also you are most